Mm,
Michael, I wrote something I can read to start us off if you want.
that'd be great.
Okay. There is a certain seriousness that can settle over our path, a heaviness, as if awakening is a test to pass, a mountain to climb, a puzzle to solve. We become so earnest in our seeking, so diligent in our efforts to get it right, that we innocently forget something simple and vital. Life is play already. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, and notice the aliveness that is here, tingling, spontaneous, effortless. It's so easy to become weighted down by the gravity of self-improvement. We measure, compare, strive, and judge, and treat awakening like a finish line or a prize for the worthy. But what if this seriousness is itself a kind of play? What if the very effort to be awake is the seeming veil that hides the inherent freedom that is already here? Even your thoughts, your moods, your inspirations, they arise unbidden, like weather moving through you. There is a wild creativity at the heart of existence, a playfulness that doesn't ask permission, doesn't seek approval, doesn't apologize for its unpredictability. Can you feel it? The bubbling, effervescent energy that animates all things. Innocence is never lost. It's right here, beneath the layers of seriousness and self-consciousness. It's the natural curiosity that wants to taste, touch, and explore, discover, and wonder. What if you allowed yourself not to know and met this moment with the wide-eyed openness of a child? When we see through the illusion of control, there's a lightness, a humor, a relief. You realize you were never meant to have it all figured out, that knowing was never even possible, and the need to know crumbles in our hands. Resonance with this, the already playful nature of life, is seeing each moment as a new improvisation, unplanned, unrehearsed, alive. An organic letting go of the script, the roles, the shoulds, the expression of recognizing that life is moving through you as it wishes. This isn't something you do, but a natural result of sensitively noticing the nature of thought. There's an inherent personal resilience to life, a willingness to let go. Life doesn't play according to our imagined standards. It can look and feel like trials and tribulations. Life wants to know what it's like to be you, to strive and survive, to love and lose, to be fully human, fragile, finite, to live and die, precisely because none of those things actually exist. This play is wild and brutal and has no opposition. It runs with wild abandon like a child, leaving everything to be forgotten in its wake. And no thing whatsoever says it shouldn't be this way, that this shouldn't express as the full spectrum of emotions and experiences. It's pretending to oppose itself through the expression of thought forms because it can. It wants to pretend. That's love, the playful, whole, unconditional freedom that cannot see you because that which you take yourself to be is an idea. What if you could greet your own mistakes with compassion? And what if you what if what you don't prefer is simply that, what you don't prefer? Whether you allow it or not, it is already allowed. Just notice. You are entitled to your pain. As a child falls and skins its knee, it's beautiful. You are beautiful. You can sense the playful spontaneity that is always here. The end.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leela. That kind of says it all.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
We're done now.
It is the innocence of a child, though, isn't it? Just, just the wonderment of being okay with what's going on.
What do you do if you believe in causality? Because I believe there's something I can do to stop me from believing in causality because I already believe in causality. So I think I need to do something to stop me believing it. Wait.
So, Jade, if I may ask, who is interested in causality?
I don't know. My imaginary self. My imaginary friend. Jade.
A thought.
You can just
Causality is cool. I mean, just think what you can get to do.
you can just kind of sensitively notice and see what happens.
Like, I still take advantage of causality to make plans. Like, it's a slightly embarrassing example, but I put on too much lip balm because it feels good to put it on. And then I got a sore hair, so I stopped putting lip balm on the side of my lip, and then the sore started going away. Yeah. That's causality. That's why I still believe in it. That's part
Well,
of why I still believe in it.
it's Jade, it's just saying that you believe in stories.
Mm.
Yeah, you believe it and then you dream it, hallucinate it.
I can dream some weird things. Like last night, right before my alarm rang to tell me it was nearly 5 o'clock, I dreamed that I got an inflamed belly by hitting it against something, and then my granddad became a doctor after he died, and it was putting some Savlon on my sores. And then that all went away as soon as the alarm clock rang. If I didn't know better, I'd think I was on drugs when I was dreaming.
I would say cause and effect is causeless, and the appearance of it doesn't go anywhere. Planning will always arise.
Yeah, even when it's obvious, this is timeless.
Well, Leela, you can never go back to the first cause, can you? Because you can see cause and effect, but I mean, how far back do you have to go? All the way back to the Big Bang or something to find out what the first cause was. I mean, it's impossible, isn't it?
Mhm.
You find yourself at I am right now, right now. Big Bang, right now. Nothing
Which is
happened.
which is uncaused.
Yeah.
In order to make an apple pie, you have to invent the universe.
And the thought of it magically renders it because you're God.
Alan Watts
And you need
said
some apples.
he said that there isn't causality. It's more like the tail and the head of a cat. They go together, but you don't say that the tail causes the head or the head causes the tail.
Yeah, it's just a belief, thought.
Somebody mentioned I am, and I was with a teacher some time ago, and Christ is often said that he said, "I am the way," right? He said that's actually a misinterpretation. What he had actually said is, "The way is I am."
Yeah. Hmm.
And the way is I am is the way. But I realized at the time I heard it, the story is so deep within that it's this way that you go, well, I don't know. Are you playing with words or is that way? So
Hmm.
this particular story I'm talking about came from those roots, the Christian roots, and so it's just fascinating to just take a look and the answers. I don't know. I really don't know. And when Leela was talking this morning, it was hard for me to follow, but I could sense the energy, and you know, this is nice, and but I don't know, but it's okay.
Yeah, you don't have to know. You already are.
Hmm.
Right.
And you're infinite. You can't know yourself as an object. You are the knowing, the one that's aware of this voice. Can't see yourself. You can only be yourself. And everything you see, everything you experience, including this Zoom call with apparent faces on the screen, is your infinite, invisible, formless being. That's all there is. Non-objective. So
But
it's
it's
all
not
it's all
just a
made of you.
dream. You have a database of how things work. So if I were to take apart the screen, I'd find the inner workings of the screen, even though I don't know exactly what they are.
Mhm.
And it would look like the screen had been assembled in a factory, even if it really wasn't. Because the database can render the details of the screen to make it look like cause and effect exists.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's not what it appears to be. It's not an object. It's formless. So that's that analogy, like the code or the icons on the screen are hiding the truth. Yeah, when you investigate what everything is made of, what an object is, or what experience is, all you can find is consciousness, awareness. So you're modulating yourself, appearing within yourself, to yourself, as yourself, experiencing. So it's not what it appears to be. It's not separate forms or objects or entities separately and independently existing. It's yourself as consciousness, empty potential. So this presence that you feel right now, when you feel your own presence, when you feel your own being, that's it. It's as simple as that. That's what all the fuss is about. That's what all the years of seeking was about. So everything is made of this being that you are, and everything, you know. So this being, this beingness is what we've been seeking, that we already are, that we can't not be.
Maybe we can say it's the being seeking itself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. What's being looked for is the one looking.
Words just don't cut it, though, do they? I mean, as soon as you put it into language, then it automatically sounds dualistic, doesn't it? Although it isn't really, but it sounds like it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then you dissect what a word is, and all you can find is awareness. So there is no duality. It's all itself, you know.
This non-duality is good stuff, man.
I want to smoke some of that.
Yeah.
And that's your experience. Your actual experience is always non-dual. You've never experienced duality. When you really feel into your experience intimately, all you can find is yourself. So the thoughts and the beliefs never matched your actual experience. And that's why it felt uncomfortable, because the intuition was screaming, no, wake up. Something's off. That belief is not matching my reality. The belief I am a body does not match my experience. The body is a bundle of spontaneous sensations appearing and disappearing within myself as consciousness. I'm not appearing inside a body. There is no body. All there is consciousness. There is no form. I've never experienced a form or an object. So then there can appear to be an alignment with this intuitive understanding, where the thoughts align with it. They're consistent with it.
I think Sophie Wei made a comment about cause and effect are not two. We can say they're both stories.
Mhm.
This is the unnameable. You don't have a story, yet all stories appear, you could say, in you.
Mhm. Yeah, to say it's an appearance or it's just a projection of the mind, of consciousness. And Michael, you were talking about the people that what word did you use? Newbies or I can't remember.
Normies.
What was it?
Normies.
Normies, yeah. When you're talking to other people, they just the headlights go off. It just and
Hmm.
there's nothing that you can do to encourage somebody to even look to see that maybe this life I've been living is a hoax, but it's also what is. It's all generated by consciousness in some way.
Hmm.
Yeah, Manny, I have something to say because, I too, when I first just was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. I have to tell everybody the good news. Eventually, sooner or later, you begin to notice that it's like, my uncle said, it's like trying to teach a pig to sing. It's frustrating for you and it annoys the pig.
Yeah, that's funny.
Somebody has to come to this. This is not something you can talk someone into. There can
Hmm.
be a natural urge to know one's true nature.
There's the expression, many are called, few are chosen, right? We grew up with expressions like this. And I was thinking the other day, many are called, but the story wasn't the chosen. The story wants to say it chose me. No, no. It shows the unknowable. But if you think you were chosen, that's a storyteller saying I was chosen, and it will give you a lot of grief, of course.
Yeah, that's still a dream. That's
Yeah.
dreaming you're a superhero in the dream.
Right. Well,
Yeah, because then you wake up from that and you're like, oh my God, there is no one seeking, there is no suffering, there is no world, there is no one. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's really bizarre too that at first you'll dream other people saying really ignorant stuff so that you can see that you've transcended that. So you see what you're not. You see the what level of consciousness you're resonating at by reference point to contrast. So you're appearing as the characters in the dream, showing you as consciousness how you resonate. So you'll notice that you're waking up or you're awakening or you've transcended stuff by limitations coming up to be looked at.
there is a marvel of this field of energy to meet or come across another being who you've seen for 10 minutes and you feel closer to that being than people you've known for 40 years. And you go, what is that about? So it's beyond that vibration or the resonance energy. It's quite,
Mm-hmm.
but it is grabs one attention.
Yeah. Yeah, like one immutable frequency undulating, within itself, appearing unique to itself, tasting itself as these unique frequencies, which is just, it's all mental. It's all not what it appears to be. Like none of this is what it appears to be. It's just pure, unmanifest, invisible, formless consciousness. Just like wearing a VR headset, the what's appearing, in the headset's holographic, and it's made of the field that it's appearing in. And so what's appearing is made of you intimately.
Mhm.
You're giving rise to it with attention and intention.
Mhm.
Causality is just a thought, as Angelo would say. It doesn't have a truth value.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no time. You're not even, you're never aware of the same body twice, because there is no same and there is no twice. There it disappears when you're not rendering it, paying attention to it, and then you imagine it. And it's a new body at different whatever frequencies in the immediate timeless moment. Indira joined, yay!
Yay, welcome, Indira.
She made it.
Yeah, if the body's appearing and disappearing and the thoughts are appearing and disappearing, what is it appearing and disappearing in? What's always here? What always remains? What's always been too intimate, too close to you? Unchanging, always the same. It's what we refer to I. We say I. And that got mixed up with the character in the body. It's not the character in the body.
Mhm.
It's pure consciousness, pure awareness, formless, infinite being.
Yeah, it would be like if you put on one of those VR headsets and became one of those role player in the video,
Avatar, yeah.
an avatar, and then you got so into it that you actually thought that's what you were.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And then you shake, and then all of a sudden you recognize yourself by being aware of being. Very simple, very ordinary. And consciousness sees itself, and then you're like, oh, whoa, I'm not the avatar. I'm the one wearing the headset. I'm the one outside of the, the illusion, imagining it,
And
giving rise to it.
I would say that even the word consciousness, we even like here, there's no label. Like even the word
Mm-hmm.
consciousness, if we drop that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't have a thought, and what is there
Mhm.
without a thought? So awareness, pure awareness would not consider itself awareness. That's, the mind
Mhm.
talking about it.
Prior
You
to
are,
all
you're,
words.
hmm?
Prior to all words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unqualified prior to quality. Or
Yeah.
I was going to say, Michael, it looks like you've got a headset on now. It's, it's something. It's something. There's the reflections in the lenses of
Okay.
your glasses, and yeah, I was just thinking, it looks like you've got a headset on now.
That's cool.
Dude, I didn't realize
What's it like?
I didn't realize how blind I was. Like I was sitting here and I normally don't wear glasses and I
The
squint
first
and
time I've seen you with glasses.
oh my God, you guys look beautiful.
Oh,
It's usually the other way around.
that's hilarious. What did it look like? Little moving blobs on little squares of blobs, or what?
Yeah, yeah, I
Hmm.
thought it was just colors, colors moving.
Cool.
I mean, it's so yeah, it's so in a way this is sort of like awakening, right?
Yeah.
First get
Yeah.
You're singing.
There's a book, a new pair of glasses, And that's what it is. You're seeing the world through a new pair of glasses,
Beautiful.
seeing everything fresh.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it could be brilliant and dynamic. It's almost like it's all of a sudden, just like a click of your fingers, everything is just here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're in our, we don't even know we're clouded with with our junk, I guess. Well, it's just what is. It's not even junk.
Mm-hmm.
It's just innocent.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
You're
hope
still the
those are not. I was just gonna. I hope they're not rose-tinted glasses you're wearing, Michael.
You know, I think I see what the problem is. The light's coming in through the thing.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me go shut the blinds and see if it helps.
Oh, I see. I've made him feel self-conscious about it now.
Okay. No, we aim to please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a, do you think that was a
oh, it
cause and
didn't
effect?
help. It didn't help at all. So never mind. Didn't
No,
help.
it really doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your age is catching up with your eyesight, or is it your eyesight is catching up with your age?
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about that is I feel ageless.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Me too. Yeah. Bodiless.
One thing you said, Michael, a couple of weeks ago was this is what this feels is so liberating. You were talking about your sister and where she wanted her ashes taken, and she said, "Please don't take me to the ocean. I don't want to go into the ocean."
Okay.
And then you said, "Well, how do you feel about trash cans?" But then you said, and I had my filter. There's something in me that loves to look for a non-filtered people in the sense because like if this entity has a certain sense of humor and they don't get it, they don't get it. But then it's being nice to just be able to express it and not suffer over whether one got it or not. And so I thought, well, I love to be around no filters. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And that's when you throw in the normies, when you're around the normies.
That's when you can see you have a great sense of humor is with that contrast.
So when you're looking through beingness, just simply looking with beingness, which is who you are and what I am without words, there is a difference. There's a difference because before there was more of looking at people and situations and triggers as if I was the trigger or I was the emotion. And yesterday was a really great example because I really believe that the universe brings people into my life to mirror stuff inside of me that I can look at through beingness, but not through thought. And it's almost like a love engagement. It's like coming back home each time. Like there was a trigger that came up, couple triggers that came up, like three of them. And I just sat and I just looked at that through beingness. And there was kind of, even though it's not separate, there was a space in between it to where I wasn't identifying myself as the triggers. And I was able to watch the sensations in the body and feel it through beingness, which is very subtle, very silent, and almost feels very loving and compassionate. And it was late last night when I did this, and it was like, wow. I was just like, there was a separation, but yet not a separation. In other words, it wasn't as personal
Mm-hmm.
as I was taking it because I was identifying with those emotions for a while there. But when I can sit and rest, sit and just rest. What is sitting and resting? And I can do that through that quietness, that softness. There is a huge difference. There is a relief and a release. I was able to sleep last night because of that. So I don't know what you guys were talking about today, but it just came up as, and by the way, Michael, you look really handsome with those glasses. So
Oh,
Mhm.
thank you.
I like them on you.
Oh,
But but yeah, beingness is constantly here, whatever situation or whatever comes up within a person. It's not really them, but it's kind of like they're shining a light on something inside of here that just wants to come back home
Yeah.
over and over and over and over and over and over again. And
Hmm.
when that space, you know, Jenny, that space,
Hmm.
it was just soft and it was like,
Beautiful.
yeah, there
Yes.
was no resistance, and just like it was as if I was literally watching someone else or something else because I disidentified with it, and it was a
Hmm.
there was an okayness with it.
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah, when you become one with it, which you don't become, you already are one with it. But when you recognize it, you make love to it, you feel it fully without thought, without resistance, it dissolves within you. You can't even hold on to it. It's just,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And it's so amazing because the more you are that, the more that you're basking in your essential self, your beingness, the more invulnerable you are. There's no fears don't come up anymore. The suffering doesn't happen because there's no resistance. There's just total making love. Yeah, and it's amazing how you test yourself. You'll keep testing. You'll keep dreaming characters saying things that'll trigger those little leftover pieces that want to come home, like you said. And then right then and there, you just swallow it whole. You just by being aware without thought, just being present with it, just being. Yeah, it's so simple. It's not a doing, it's effortless.
So many
Yeah.
tools that I use to avoid it. So many things, you know, like drinking or keeping myself busy, or
Mm-hmm.
now I don't, none of that. I can just be with it, and
Yeah,
it's just, and it just dismantles. It's
that's
great.
beautiful. Me too. I was like, oh, goody, goody, something to transmute. Yay, something to integrate because all of it's an opportunity to be free. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I just carrying on from what you and Indira and Ginny is talking about. I was really I really bit the hook um, about a week ago because I was in visiting my family and my sister, and I'd been on a silent retreat, and so very open. And then there was a lot of, normalizing people and thinking whatever I do is weird. And I was so surprised by there was a lot of venom coming from my sister. And there was reactivity. And so there was still, taking it personally. And it was just afterwards amazing to sort of watch it all happening, but it was all happening. But then afterwards sitting with it and feeling sort of that little place inside that still felt there was still sort of some sort of woundedness that was
Hmm.
taking it personally and just sort of being there. And in the end, sort of there was laughing of realizing that there wasn't anything there, but there still were remnants of old stories that were beautifully triggered. And so
Beautiful.
it's like the layer before what you were talking about your experience, Indira, that like, yeah, there is still stuff there. And it's so wonderful when it happens because there's sort of this explosion of selfing, and then the sitting with it, and then there's the loosening that happens afterwards, and it's like, oh, just marvelous.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love that, Rowena. That's a beautiful sharing because really we're in a society that we're conditioned very heavily to put on an act, to be presentable around others. There's certain behaviors or ways of speaking that are not acceptable. And so we keep them to ourselves. And there's such freedom to come to a meeting like this when you're welcome to talk about anything.
Mm-hmm. We're the misfit toys. Or the only one sane.
No, you know what we are, Jenny? We're the kids that said the king had no clothes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Mhm. And those opportunities to be present and be aware of those little parts that want to be integrated and come home. Whenever that would come up here, I was very vigilant. Like right when it started, like that stinging sensation or whatever would come up, that dread or whatever, resistance. Right then, I would just be aware without thought and watch it dissolve. It's so simple. It's amazing. And then when you dissect it, when you look into what are those words? What is that voice? Well, that voice is sense perception. And that sense perception is awareness. So all I can find is consciousness, awareness. What is the stinging sensation? It's a sensation appearing in consciousness. It's awareness. So that's all you can find is yourself and everything. It just dissolves everything. So then it's like that, it's instantly coming home, it's like a love affair.
Indira, what were you saying about a few minutes ago? You said something about being in that beingness and then the right thing coming to you or something. What was that you were saying? You were
I'm not
talking about the right things coming to you.
Oh, hmm. So what I'm referring to are people, places, anything outside of me, uh,
Yeah.
that will instantly mirror a trigger or something inside of me, an emotion, and that I'm seeing slowly but surely that is another process or another way of. That's why I love coming to these meetings, to be reminded of beingness. I,
I thought
I
you were saying that because of that beingness, things around you were changing.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
This is something, yeah,
yeah.
all right.
Well, so I'm not seeing. Last night I wasn't looking through the identity or looking through with thought. I was looking through with beingness, with this quiet pervasiveness. This, that the
Mm.
what I've been seeking for that was which has always been here. It's also for me experiential, uh, which is the freedom, which is freedom for no one, but it's still freeing. It's
Yeah.
just freeing that's
Mm-hmm.
coming. But to be
I think
able,
that, yeah, I think I slightly misunderstood you, but I'm not sure. But something that doesn't get talked about very much is your own universe, because everyone is living in their own universe. I mean, that's obvious because, what happens around me in this so-called life is not the same that's happening for someone else. And so everyone is living in their own universe. And I would say that when you're living from that beingness, your universe actually changes
Mm-hmm.
in the interactions that happen around you. When you're in that state of beingness, you start getting this kind of odd synchronicity happening sometimes. You get things that you might think should be going wrong, don't go wrong, they somehow work out. I maintain that when you're in that beingness, your own personal universe changes and becomes kind of supportive. That's something that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
get really spoken about very much. But there is a kind of supportiveness in that universe that you're living in. Of, it doesn't matter whether you call it an appearance or not, it doesn't make any difference, but that universe that you're interacting with, I think, changes and
Hmm.
somehow becomes supportive in a lot of different and very subtle ways. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on that.
Exactly. Yeah, I talk about that a lot. Yeah.
Oh, do you, Ginny?
That's
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah, that's what people call heaven on earth, or the
Hmm.
golden age, or but that's right now. It's that clear seeing when you see that you're pure consciousness and everything is you, as God, as infinite, immaculate, one being. That's all you see. And so the world totally changes. Like the world here completely changed. Like all I see is smiling, waving people that are pleasant and amazing. And like, um, the baby daddy that there was so much issues with is now a beautiful friend. Like everything is just, heavenly. So it
Mhm.
gets more and more juicy like that. Like
I think
the
this is
more
a
the
really interesting subject because it seems like we're in a shared universe because we see something on the news and we all know about it, so it seems like we're in some sort of common sharing, but really we're in our own individual universe, and I think that it becomes supportive. It's very mysterious the way
hmm
that happens.
yeah, it reflects your being. However, your being is your world.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
if you're the immaculate being and you're abiding as the absolute, then that's all you'll see. And that is your world. That's what you'll dream. You'll dream just pleasant experience, because the unpleasant experience is not necessary. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all very well saying, oh, the so-called others, are just appearances, but nevertheless, those others do change and react according to your own beingness. There is a definite, whatever you want to, whether you say it's apparent or not, this is where we get into difficult language, the non-dual language about appearances, but there is definitely in the interactions that one has with the world and with
Hmm.
others, when you're established in that beingness, that relationship with others changes in
Hmm.
a way that seems to be more positive, more creative, more easygoing. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to say a few words about that, Tony, because I've seen it here and it continues to amaze and blow my mind. And I want to give a specific example. Like, so yesterday, so I've been going through this Beach Boy phase where I can't get enough of like how much music these guys have put out. So I was interested in reading. My dad went to high school with Mike Love, who was the lead singer of the Beach Boys, and is actually the last one still remaining. And so I wanted to get his autobiography called Good Vibrations. And when I searched around for it, I could not find it at all. Google had like a part of it, but not the whole thing. And there were no PDFs of it available at all. And I was completely okay with that, funny enough. Um, I think in the past there would have been frustration, why can't I find it? It should be there. Frustrate. That didn't happen. It just in the moment it wasn't available on PDF. That was kind of all that was going on. And when you have this okayness, which the personal doesn't, the personal is not okay when it doesn't get its way, but this doesn't care. And suddenly, as I'm going back to whatever I was doing, a thought came, oh, I wonder if the library has it. Now, I didn't know there was an electronic digital library here in Los Angeles. I didn't know that. But I soon found it. And within 5 minutes, I had signed up for this digital library and downloaded the entire book.
That's awesome.
Now,
Intuition.
that's what it was. There's
Yeah.
there's a quiet intuition that is just chill. And that it's like this blind trust. Like if I'm supposed to have it, it'll be here. And if I'm
Hmm.
not, it won't. And I'm good either way.
Yeah, I'm sort of hesitant, in a way when I talk about this because I didn't want it to sound kind of woo-woo, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And spooky. But if to be established in being is often called the natural state, then it only follows that you will get also that support from nature, what we call nature.
Hmm.
And,
Yeah.
like Michael, were you saying, I mean, things just seem to happen in a way that sometimes seem surprising that, and you look at it and you think, wow, that's kind of
Hmm.
magical in a way that happened or the way this worked out. And there does seem to be a connection with that. And, being when you're relaxed into that state of beingness, things around you just seem to harmonize or coordinate
Yeah. It's all
with
coherent.
with
Yeah.
what's going on. And just that sort of thing doesn't get discussed very much. And
That's beautiful.
I don't know, for some reason I
Yeah, that's
just
the Wu
brought it
Wei
out.
without resistance, just pure being. It's everything
Yeah, the
appears
Wu
to be
Wei,
working
not the
out.
woo woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony, I agree with what you say. I have the same teacher that you have, so I know that philosophy. And
Uh,
but I was thinking, according to the story, Jesus was pretty chill, pretty in beingness, and he was crucified. So there's, it's not that if you're in a state of being, like something specifically happens or goes your way, that there's something, I'm going to suggest there's something else at play, even if you're in a state of beingness. That doesn't mean anything except you're in a state of beingness, which is really beautiful as a personal experience. But you can't, I don't think we can say because of that, then this, because then now we're going into
well,
the world of causality again.
yeah, I know I guess in a way it didn't work out well for Jesus, but then he'd probably say, well, he died for your sins, Don, so he did it voluntarily.
I think that was all an analogy, a metaphor. It was all
Of
pointing
course.
to
Yeah.
a deeper
Yeah.
meaning. It had, yeah, there's, and you don't even know if that happened. This is all a dream.
That's right.
But also the other thing is, this is fucking limitless as fuck. When you are really backed all the way up to what you truly are, you experience even the body being invincible. You have no body. You're completely formless. You're completely immaculate. And so manifestation can appear instant. Everything is very, I mean, you're God. So yeah, there's different ways of looking at yourself as God. You can look at yourself through this unique aperture of subject object. What is it like to be a human when I'm not human? What is that like? I want to taste that. And then there's a recognizing yourself and then fully like dissolving back into yourself fully, like firmly established. And the more that is, the more obvious there is no world, there is no body, there is no form, there are no rules. The rules are whatever I make them to be, whatever I believe them to be. It's all make believe. And so there is manipulating things. There is, magical shit. There is, because you're God dreaming this. And so even the body can be ageless. And, you could dream the body for 2,000 years. Why give it an age limit? Why is there a limit to 80 something years? Who came up with that idea? That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you want to dream this character for 2,000 imaginary years, then why not? So all of it is very limitless, like free. This is so free that we can, as God, appear to be identified with the form and appear to limit ourselves, and then we can recognize ourselves and then just completely melt back into the so expansive, the infinite expansiveness. And so then you can look at yourself through that, perspective. And dream that.
Even if you consider the world to be a dream, it's quite reasonable to assume that if you're established in this beingness, then this dream should be pleasant.
Yeah, exactly. You dream a pleasant dream. That's what happens. It totally changes.
Because that's the end. Because that's the end of suffering. Because that's the end of suffering,
Yeah.
right? So that dream, if you want to call it a dream, should be beautiful. It should be pleasant. It should be wondrous. Because even though we start off with this idea that the world is an illusion, that's just so that you can turn back to
Yeah.
silence, to go inwards, to realize that substratum of pure consciousness. But then when you become established, then what appeared to be the dream before is nothing other than yourself, because there is not
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, so all you can see is the one dreaming. So then it's like, that's harmless. There's no physical separate outside cause. Everything is you as the pure, immaculate, formless
Yeah, I mean, if there's
consciousness.
one indivisible reality, call it Brahman or whatever you want. If there's one indivisible reality, then how are you going to tag illusions onto that? Because if it's one indivisible reality, it can't have a part of it that's illusory, because there's only one
Mm-hmm.
reality.
Yeah.
But that one reality
So it's all real.
That one reality can make it look separate. According to like what Ginny was saying, which was so beautiful and so inclusive, that one
Well,
reality
that's if you think,
can do anything.
yeah,
can
but
do
that's if you
anything.
think reality is doing anything at all. I would say reality is not doing anything.
Yeah, you're the unchanging.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, Don.
Yeah, it's amazing how when you investigate, like all there is now. Nothing happened before this.
Nothing's happening. Oh,
I know.
That's another
That's
word for
total
freedom.
Yeah. And the more you bask in yourself and pure being without thought, just pure being presence, being aware, being, the more you see how freaking expansive you are and how everything is just ephemeral, coming and going, appearing and disappearing within you as this untouched, untainted screen, kind of like the blue sky is never touched or stained by the clouds that are just floating, coming and going. And you just remain content. You remain this, impartial joy, of being, where where the frequency doesn't keep lowering or dipping down anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You stay high.
But what if you want to go down, since you can do everything, what if you want to go down low? Because that's what I thought you were saying before. If you want to go down and experience
of
low
course.
space. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just resist a thought, and you can totally do that. Resist the hell out of a thought. And then you'll get depressed.
But Don, there's a strong case for equanimity.
If that's what you want to manifest, if that's what you want to dream, if you want to dream equanimity, go ahead. It's all a dream.
Yeah, have fun with your dream. It's all a hallucination.
I just realized something really cool. My alarm clock is actually a function on my phone. And the universe is a function on God. God OS. With the Universe app and the 12-dimensional Universe app as well, amongst other things.
Once I realized that all there is being, there's nothing but being. And so all of the comings and goings of the so-called world, if you realize that there's nothing but being, then everything that happens, you embrace it wholeheartedly, 100%. And even if you have a thought that something is not going your way, if you have allowed yourself to live in being, then you embrace that thought. Everything is open uh, to me just grabbing it into being.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing but being.
Yeah.
And I know that's true because being is all there is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
That's all you ever experience.
That's all we can ever experience.
Isn't that
Right?
amazing how obvious it is when you really investigate
Right.
and it's like, oh my gosh, wow. Ordinary too.
And Ginny, you can't unsee it.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
That's right. Once you know it, you can't unknow it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so amazing how it feels safe. It's home sweet home, safe and sound. And you've always been this. You're literally everything. Like, what could be scary about that? That's like,
Right.
and you're, formless and infinite, and nothing can hurt you.
Yeah, even meditation, like what you just shared was so beautiful. Thank you, Herbert. I don't know if I'm
Yes,
saying
thank you.
Thank
words.
you.
Like last night, just basket, like it's just easier now. Like when I close my eyes, when these eyes are closed, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at that void, and that's it. That's what this is, and all of a sudden I can't feel the sensations of the body, and there's an okayness with that, and thoughts may come through, but instead of you know, freaking out over the thoughts, like you said, Herbert, they're welcome and then they just disappear. They're gone. There was a
Mm-hmm.
time when I believed that I was that thought and I had control over that thought. And that's where it felt so solid and it just felt artificial until it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, like what
Mm-hmm.
you said, once seen, it's unseen. Once known,
You
unknown.
cannot unknow it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
You can't unknow it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
This is a good chat from Luminosity. He says, "Home is the only real thing."
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Home is where the heart is, the heart of being.
Hmm,
It's so
that's
sweet that,
home.
yeah, it's so sweet that everything that we're dreaming, all of the clues, every analogy, every metaphor, everything points to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. And like you said, Indira, yeah, that basking, the more I basked, the more firmly established, the more doubtless, just stabilized or grounded as being, where it's just can't be fooled anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything else but welcome it.
Yeah.
Welcome it. You constantly welcome
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an unconditionally loving
it. Yeah.
mother.
Even if it's an argument with your mother-in-law or, anything,
Yeah.
you welcome it.
Yeah.
You're like the fish that wonders how it ever missed the water.
That's true.
Any last comments or questions before we close out this afternoon?
Yeah. it seems like resistance is the thing that's actually creating the self-centeredness. It's not really creating it, but it appears to be, and it's almost like everything that I accept or just welcome, and it because it's here already. Then what's wrong with this already?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's content with it, and that's not enough for the ego. The ego is just whatever that is trying to maintain a false image.
Yeah, it's so beautiful too because there's the two parts of resistance because um it's the pretend scam, but at the same time it's what wakes you up from the dream because just like the nightmare at night, it's the resistance, it's the hardcore refusal to accept this is real that
Yeah.
wakes you up.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank
Each
you
Thank
and
you.
every
guys.
one of you.
You.
What a
Thank you.
gorgeous. Thank you. Mwah.
Thank you. Mwah.
Love you guys.
Love you
Take care.
guys. Bye.
Love you
Bye.
too. Bye bye.